The other thing we are hearing a lot about this lockdown that's happening right now in Sydney is that the policing of it is somehow unfair. That because the cops are going out and enforcing rules in southwest Sydney, where the outbreak right now seems to be concentrated, the police are somehow acting particularly inappropriately and heavy-handed. That this is somehow class-based. That the police's actions are even somehow, dare I say the R word, racist. After all, people wonder, where were the Wallopers when the outbreak got started in the Sydney's eastern suburbs? Here's industry superfund newsletter and left-wing organ The New Daily complaining about this. Here's The Guardian also quoting locals who think the police are, quote, targeting some different racial groups in the area. You get the idea. But as many of you may have noticed, these criticisms generally come from the left side of politics, where they normally don't have much time for the police or even the supposedly silver-tailed denizens of the eastern suburbs who are even on the best days. Ironically, though, this same left has embraced the philosophy of lockdowns and control from almost the moment the pandemic hit our shores. And I can tell you this, as someone who has been a pretty public opponent of heavy-handed lockdowns since the start, I would almost be prepared to concede to the left that the point that what the New South Wales police are doing right now in southwest Sydney is sometimes a bit over the top. I mean, it is pretty hard to imagine just what led a battalion of New South Wales' finest into the offices of one Rami Ikmore, the founder of the Rachet's dining empire in the western Sydney suburb of Chester Hill, because they got what they said was a tip-off that people weren't wearing masks at their desks. Yes, as you can see, it was all pretty over the top. But what happened at Rachet's HQ is hardly a one-off either during this pandemic or during the entire outbreak. Look, just last week we saw the elderly owner of an organic food shop who, to be fair, had some pretty out-there views about masks and vaccines thrown to the ground by police like he was some sort of common Melburnian who happened to like the wrong Facebook post. This occurred in the New South Wales Southern Highlands town of Bowral, which, as far as my research has been able to uncover, has not experienced a single COVID case since last November. And of course, at the very start of the pandemic, there were the ridiculous scenes of cops moving on people from sitting on the grass in the posh, leafy, otherwise cashed-up eastern suburbs of Sydney. Something that turns out to have been doubly ridiculous because we all know now that there is no safer place to be during this pandemic than outdoors. So here's the thing. If you are going to complain about the tactics of police in enforcing various restrictions, I would ask my friends on the left to be a little bit more consistent. If it is wrong to go out handing out fines in Bankstown, surely it is also wrong to throw an old man to the ground in Bowral. I know I might be looking for a bit too much here, but a bit of consistency never goes astray.